Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are going to be playing, what am I saying playing? We are going to be guessing and predicting this week 1 NFL schedule. We are going to be predicting the week 1 matchups. I'll be giving you my honest takes on who I think will win. And we are going to have a good time. If you guys don't agree with me, I'd like to hear your predictions down below. And I hope you guys are ready for this NFL season. I'm excited for it. If you guys like this NFL content, please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment saying you like it down below. I do my best to post every single day. If you're having a great day, then keep having a great day and keep watching my content. We're trying to 10 subscribers by the end of the month. We are at 7. We are super, super close. Keep subscribing, guys. I really, really appreciate it, and it doesn't take too much time. And if you guys could do it, it would mean the world. So, yeah, we are going to be basically predicting every single game for week 1. And if this gets a lot of love and a lot of likes, I'll keep doing it. So, the first Thursday night game, which is tomorrow, we got the Buffalo Bills going to the Rams SoFi Stadium. And this game is a really, really good game. We have the Super Bowl champion Rams last year, and we have a Super Bowl favorite team in the Bills this year. These might be the best two teams in the entire league going at it right now. It's going to get good. Here's my opinion on the game. It's going to be very, very close. It's going to be a medium scoring game. I don't think it's going to be too high scoring. I don't think it's going to be too low scoring. It's going to be a contested game. It's going to stay close to the whole game. But I do have the Los Angeles Rams winning just barely 24-21. I have the Rams winning. I just think the defense is a little bit better. And I think that the receivers are going to play a big part. I think Cooper Kupp's going to have a big game. I think on the ground, Cam Akers will have a solid game. I think the Rams defense will play great. I have Aaron Donald getting 2 sacks in this game, and I have just the Rams defense shutting down the Bills enough to get the win. It'll be a very, very good game, a very great way to start off the season. But I do have the Rams winning 24-21 on a game-winning field goal by Matt Gay. So that is my first prediction. That's a bit of it's 50-50, I would say, but I do have the Rams winning. Next up, the Saints versus the Falcons, a divisional matchup. This one's going to be pretty quick and obvious. I do have the Saints winning this matchup. I think the Saints are a better team. I think the Saints are going to be a very, very underrated team this year, and I don't think the Falcons have an answer to that. I have this game going to be 31-10 in favor of the Saints, pretty much a blowout. I think the Saints being fully healthy with Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. I think Jameis Winston's going to be a very solid quarterback this year as well. O-line still great. Defense is still one of the best. Yeah, I had Tyrann Mathieu to your team. I think the Saints got better. Falcons, I mean, you got Drake London in the draft. I don't mind it. Your defense is a bit mid. But, I mean, just like last year, I don't think you're going to have the greatest year. And I do have the Saints winning at the Falcons Stadium. Yeah, 31-10, and pretty much a big blowout. Browns at the Panthers. This one's going to be an interesting game. There is no Deshaun Watson in the game. He's suspended for 11 games, I believe. So no Deshaun Watson, but yet, bit of a surprise, you might say. I'm still taking the Browns. I think the Browns' defense is better than the Panthers, and I think the Browns' stars around like Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Amari Cooper will carry the Browns to a win. By the way, Jacoby Brissett is not a bad backup, but I do have this being a pretty low-scoring game, 17-14, and I do have the Browns winning this game. Pretty boring game, very defensive game. And I think that Baker Mayfield will have 2 interceptions in this game. And I think Christian McCaffrey will get injured in this game as well. I think the Panthers will be a good team this year, but I think they're going to end up starting off on a note not great, and they're going to lose to the Browns. That's just my opinion, though. My 49ers are facing off against the Chicago Bears at Chicago. And again, this one's going to be pretty quick. I have the Niners steamrolling them. I think the Niners are going to crush them. I think the Bears might be one of the worst teams in the league this year. I don't think there's no protection for Justin Fields. I think their O-line is terrible. I think except for Darnell Mooney, Justin Fields, and David Montgomery, you don't have anyone on offense, and your defense has lost a lot of pieces. So in my opinion, this will be a pretty big blowout, 35-14, high scoring game, and the 49ers will take this game. I like the 49ers this year. Maybe I'm being biased. Well, I don't think it's really biased though. I have them winning around 10 games, but I like the Rams in this game. I keep saying Rams. I like the Niners in this game. I think Trey Lance will have a good rookie start. I think he's going to pass for 3 TDs. I think Elijah Mitchell is going to rush for a touchdown. I think Deebo Samuel is going to have 2 touchdowns. I think George Kittle is going to have over 80 receiving yards. And I think that the defense is going to have 3 picks in this game. And I think that overall that the Niners are just going to absolutely bombard on the Bears. I don't think the Bears are going to have a chance heading from the start. First quarter, I could see it being like 14-0, and it's just going to be a slide, an easy win for the Niners. I have them going 1-0 and beating the Bears at the Bears Stadium. This is going to be an interesting game. The Steelers versus at the Bengals. Now, I'm actually a bit of a believer in the Steelers this year. I think Kenny Pickett's going to be decent. I do have the Steelers being the worst in their division, though. And especially at the Bengals Stadium, I do have the Bengals winning this game. I think the Bengals are the better team on paper, and I think that they will show that. I think defensively, the Steelers are better. Okay. Bengals don't have a bad defense, though, and their offensive weapons, I think, are just going to absolutely destroy, especially the Bengals secondary. I mean, just look at their receivers. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. I don't even know who the Pittsburgh Steelers corners are. Do they still have Joe Hayden? Like, that might be their number one corner. Minka is good as a safety, but, I mean, you don't have enough targets. You also have Joe Mixon in the backfield. Joe Burrow is an amazing quarterback. You added Hayden Hurst as well. O-line's decent. Yeah, I think the Cincy's offense is going to do pretty well. Even though not in this game. I have it being a particularly mid-scoring, low-scoring game, 21-17. It's going to be a close game, but I do have the Bengals winning this game. Eagles versus Lions. I'm a big believer in the Lions this year, but I do believe that the Eagles will take this game, even if it's at Lions Stadium. I just think the Eagles are going to be a very, very good team this year. I think they're going to be a very underrated team. They're going to be first in the NFC East, and I think that they are going to do pretty well against the Lions here. I think they're going to go and beat them 28-14. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a big game. He's going to rush for 1 TD, pass for 2 TDs. Miles Sanders is going to get a 1-yard touchdown TD. A.J. Brown's going to come in and get 1 receiving touchdown. The other receiving touchdown will be, let's go Devontae Smith, as well as Jalen Hurts will rush in for a TD. I think that the Eagles defense is going to come up with 2 interceptions in this game and just overly destroy the Lions. I think Jared Goff is going to have 2 interceptions in this game, but it's also going to have 2 passing touchdowns, both to DJ Chark in this game. I think the Lions are going to be a good team this year, underrated team, but I do have the Eagles winning this game 28-14. Colts versus Texans. I mean, do I have to say myself? Colts are going to crush the Texans. I have them winning 42-7. I have them this being the biggest absolute blowout of this week. I just don't think the Texans are that good. I think they are a bottom 5 team in the league. I like Davis Mills, but your offensive weapons are kind of slacking except for Brandon Cooks. Defense is okay, but it's not going to be enough to beat the Colts. I think Matt Ryan's going to have a big game, pass for 4 touchdowns. Michael Pittman's going to receive for 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor's going to have 2 rushing touchdowns and over 150 yards rushing. And the Colts defense is going to have 4 picks on Davis Mills. Also going to have forced fumble and 5 sacks in the game. It's going to be just a big game from the Colts defense and the and Jonathan Taylor and Matt Ryan. Everyone, honestly, this is just going to be a blowout. Colts are going to win 42-7. Patriots and Dolphins. This is going to be a very, very close game. 2 division rivals. This is going to be a very interesting game to watch. I think the Dolphins added a bunch of new guys like Tyreek Hill. Very excited to see how he plays. I think the Dolphins team looks better, but I have a bit of an upside here, and I have the Patriots winning this game. I just think you can never count out Bill Belichick. I think the Dolphins are going to just with the first game of having a Tyreek Hill on the team, I think it's going to be a bit of a struggle for them. I see it being a very, very close game, but I do see a team that a lot of people have a lot of high hopes for falling down a little bit short in this game. I had the Patriots winning in a very, very low scoring game, 14-10. I had the Patriots getting one passing touchdown from Mac Jones, a rushing goal line touchdown from Ramondre Stevenson. I have Tua throwing for 2 picks and a forced fumble. And I have the Patriots defense just overly just doing just enough to get them to win. I don't think that the Patriots are going to look over outstanding. Even this year, I have the Dolphins being better than them, but this first week I do have the Patriots winning. I mean, Ravens versus Jets. We can just get this one out of the way. The Ravens are going to win 35-7. I don't think this is going to be even a close game. The Ravens just have such a better team than the Jets. Offensively, they're so much better. Defensively, they're one of the best defensive teams in the league. And I just don't think the Jets are good, even though they had a really, really good draft. And I feel like their rookies are going to be very, very solid this year. Not going to be enough. I don't think Zach Wilson's going to do great. Zach Wilson's going to throw a record high 4 interceptions in this game, and there's going to be 2 pick-sixes in this game from the Ravens, and that's just going to overall carry them. I think Lamar Jackson's going to rush for at least 1 rushing touchdown, and that will be the deciding factor. Ravens are going to win 35-7. Commanders versus Jags. This is going to be an interesting game. Actually going to be a pretty good game, I think. Even though it's two of the worst teams in the league, I still think it's going to be a good game because that at least going to be close. All the other matchups are kind of like, I don't know, but I do have maybe a bit of an upset. I do have the Jaguars winning this game. I think the Jaguars are going to be a bit of an underrated team this year. Not going to be amazing. They're going to win like 6 games, but still can be underrated. I don't think the Commanders are going to do that well, and I think Carson Wentz is going to fold under the pressure. I think he's going to throw 2 picks in this game. I think the Jaguars defense is going to come up big, and still a bit of a low-scoring game, but not as low-scoring. Either winning 17-14 Jags. I think the Jags just have a little bit more of that firepower. I think their defense is going to destroy today. And I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a bit of a decent game. And I think Travis Etienne will have a good game as well. I do have the Jaguars winning in a bit of a low-scoring game, 17-14. Giants versus Titans. This is going to be probably my biggest upset of the whole thing. I do have the Giants winning this game. I think the Titans got a lot worse over the offseason. And I have the Giants, although not going to do that well this year, I have the Giants winning this game. I think the Giants are a little bit better than them in this game. And I think it's me specifically this. Saquon Barkley. I actually think Saquon's going to have a big game. I think he's going to rush for 2 TDs and receive a TD with over 100 yards rushing. Now that might be a big that's a big hot take, and I do not even like the Giants. I don't think the Giants are gonna be that good, but I can respect that this game Saquon's gonna go off. It's gonna be 24-17. Saquon's gonna carry the Giants to a win at the Titans Stadium. I think Ryan Tannehill's gonna throw a pick. I also think Ryan Tannehill's also gonna rush for 30 yards or more. Danny Dimes is gonna throw decently. And the receivers aren't going to have much of an impact. I think it's going to be a rush-heavy game. I think Derrick Henry will go off, and he'll have like 1 or 2 touchdowns, but not going to be enough to beat the Giants. A bit of an upset. Chiefs and Cardinals is going to be also a pretty good game. I like both teams this year. I don't like the Cardinals as much. I think the Cardinals are going to be the third best team in their division, and I do have the Chiefs winning this game. I think the Chiefs just have a better roster than the Cardinals, especially with having DeAndre Hopkins out for 6 games to start off the year, and now their receivers are a bit iffy. I like James Conner. I like Kyler Murray-ish. Like, I think Kyler Murray's a bit overrated, but he's still fine. Defense is okay, but I think the Chiefs are just gonna take over this game after like halftime. I think Mahomes is going to take over. I think Mahomes and Kelsey are going to combine for 2 passing touchdowns. I think Mahomes is going to go for 4 passing touchdowns in the game. And Juju is going to have a passing touchdown and over 80 yards receiving. He's going to have a big start to his Chiefs career. And I do have this game being a bit of a higher scoring game. It's going to be 31-24. And I do have the Chiefs winning this game. Raiders and Chargers also going to be a very, very good game. Very, very good divisional matchup. I think this game is going to be a bit of an underrated game in the scene of football. Raiders added a bunch of new things. Obviously, the big one, Devontae Adams to the team. That's a huge addition. Chargers also added a bunch of ones like Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. Both these teams got a lot better, but I think the Chargers have too good of a roster. I actually had the Chargers winning by a really good amount as well. Like, no cap, winning by like 20 points. I have them winning 42-20. That might be crazy to say 42-20, but I actually think that's going to happen. I do not like the Raiders enough to give them the credit. I think the Raiders are decent. They're not going to be good enough, though. I'm sorry. Chargers are just going to absolutely crush them. The offense of the Chargers is just going to Justin Herbert's going to throw for like 6 touchdowns. And Keenan Allen's going to have 2 receiving touchdowns. Mike Williams is going to have a deep receiving touchdown. Austin Eckler's going to have a receiving touchdown. And a couple of nobodies are going to get some receiving touchdowns. I think the Chargers team looks so good this year. I think the defense will show up today. I think J.C. Jackson will get a pick, and I think Khalil Mack will get a sack. I think the Chargers are one of the best teams roster-wise, and I think they are going to be a very, very good team this year. I do have the Chargers win this game, and actually a pretty big blowout. Even against a solid team, I don't see the hype with the Raiders as much as most people do. They had Devontae Adams. Their offense looks great, but their defense is kind of okay, mid. Like Master Crosby, that's about it. Yeah, so that's what my result is. For me now, with the Vikings and Packers, I have this being a pretty interesting game. Very, very close game in my opinion. 27-24 Packers. I think the Packers are the better team in that division. I think the Packers are going to be number one in that division. I do like the Packers the most in that division, and I think that they will show it. Even without losing Devontae Adams, it's Aaron Rodgers, 2-time MVP, recent MVP, and I think he can make it with nobody. I think the running backs are still good, and I think Allen Lazard's going to have a very, very good year. I have Allen Lazard getting 2 pass receiving touchdowns this year as well. I think the Packers defense will be solid in this game, and Justin Jefferson's going to have a great game, but it's not going to be enough as the Packers are going to win 27-24. A repeat of last year's first game of the season, the Bucs at the Cowboys. This is going to be a very, very interesting game. But I do have the Bucs winning. I think the Cowboys lost a little bit too much, and I didn't make a lot of bigger additions. And I think the Bucs will, I will say, they will showcase the Cowboys' flaws in this game. I think the Bucs are going to show why they are the top dog in the NFC South. I think they're going to have a pretty dominant win, 32-17. I think the Cowboys' defense is going to struggle, and I think the Bucs' defense will overall maintain the score enough to get the Bucs the win. And then Monday night, we got the Broncos facing the Seahawks, Russell Wilson revenge game. And you know what? I have it being an absolute revenge game. I have this game being 42-14. This is not going to be a close game by any means. I think the Broncos is going to absolutely roll over them. I think Russell Wilson is going to throw for 4 touchdowns and throw for over 300 yards. I think a big game for Cortland Sutton, over 2 receiving touchdowns. And I think Javonte Williams will have a rush at the 1-yard line and score a touchdown as well. I think the Seahawks are not going to be that good this year, I'll be honest. I don't think Drew Lock or PJ Walker, whoever you want to say is the starting quarterback there, is going to be the answer to that team, and I don't think the Seahawks are going to be that good. I like the receivers, but they're not going to be enough to actually win the game. So I actually do think that the Broncos are going to win this game, and those are going to be my week 1 predictions. If you guys disagree, you can put it down below what you would change in this tier list. I really hope you guys enjoyed this different style of content. And if you guys like this video, just please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I do my past posts every single day. I hope you guys are having a lovely day, and I hope you guys continue to have a lovely day. And if you guys like these videos, keep watching them. Peace!